Imagine you're trapped in an elevator. There is no light, no sound, and most importantly, there is no food. Hours turn into days. The oxygen feels heavy. You look at the person next to you. In that moment, driven by desperation, they cease to be a friend. They cease to be a colleague. They become a calorie reserve. It sounds like the script of a disturbing horror movie, right? But for the inhabitants of the Abyssal Zone, this isn't fiction. It's just another Tuesday. Below 4,000 meters deep, the ocean stops being a sunny, blue place and becomes the most hostile environment on the planet. Down there, the sun is nothing more than an impossible memory. Without light, there are no plants. Without plants, there is no base for the food chain. It is a world that lives on crumbs. Imagine you live on the ground floor of an immense building, and your only chance to eat is to catch what falls from the tables of those living in the penthouse. Biologists call this marine snow. A dust made of organic debris, carcasses, and remains that slowly sink. The problem? Only 1% of that food manages to reach the bottom before being devoured along the way. Before we embark on this epic journey through the depths, please leave a like, share this dive with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single mystery of the ocean. In this scenario of absolute scarcity, evolution threw away any trace of courtesy or beauty. In the abyss, animals are engineered for radical opportunism. Since food is rare, you cannot afford to let anything escape. This is why we see creatures with monstrous appearances, like the Viperfish. They possess teeth so large they don't even fit in their mouths and stomachs that expand like balloons. They are capable of swallowing prey twice their own size. Why? Because they don't know when their next meal will be. It could be today, or it could be a month from now. Down there, the strategy isn't active hunting, but eternal waiting. They float in the void, saving every drop of energy, with their metabolism in slow motion, waiting for any movement in the water to betray a victim. In the dark elevator of the ocean, patience is the only thing separating life from extinction. The Abyssal Zone teaches us that under extreme pressure and perpetual hunger, life transforms into something unrecognizable. It is a somber reminder that nature, in its rawest state, is a relentless struggle for survival. Below 2,000 meters, energy is the most expensive currency in the universe. And when the mana falling from the surface runs out, nature tears up the ethics manual. Today, we are diving into the darkest side of evolution. We're going to talk about abyssal cannibalism. Brace yourself, because in the abyss, a mother's love is literal, and a family dinner can cost the life of the one sitting right next to you. To understand cannibalism in the deep ocean, you must first understand the true meaning of hunger. Forget what you know about colorful food chains. In the abyss, there are no plants. There is no photosynthesis. 95% of marine life is up there, where the sun hits and energy overflows. Down below, all that remains are the scraps, whale carcasses that take weeks to sink, or the so-called marine snow, a persistent rain of organic debris and biological dust. But what happens when the snow stops falling? What happens when you are an elite predator trapped in a dark, liquid desert? This is where the mathematics of blood comes in. Keeping a body functioning, no matter how small, requires constant energy. It's a biological bank account that never stops charging interest. If you spend 100 calories chasing and hunting a fish that, in the end, only gives you back 80 calories, you aren't hunting. You are dying in slow motion. Cannibalism solves this problem in a cold, cynical way. In the void of the abyss, your own species is the most efficient fast food there is. Why? because a member of your own kind has exactly the nutrients, fats, and proteins your body needs to keep functioning for one more day. In total darkness, your neighbor stops being a species partner and becomes the closest available power pack. In the deep ocean, ethics do not survive the pressure, and morality does not fill the stomach. Cannibalism is not a perversion. It is a mathematical calculation of survival. Do you think cannibalism is always about aggression? In the abyss, it can be about motherhood. Meet the female Granellodon octopus. She holds the most disturbing record for dedication in nature. She guards her eggs for an incredible 4.5 years, without ever leaving the nest, without ever taking a single bite of any prey. During this time, her body becomes its own battery. In a slow and cruel process, she begins to self-digest. She consumes her own muscles and organs to keep oxygen flowing over the eggs. When you look at her at the end of this period, she is no longer a predator. She is a pale, withered ghost, kept alive only by pure maternal instinct. But the true act of horror or extreme love happens when the offspring are finally born. In many species of abyssal invertebrates, the mother doesn't just die, she offers herself up. Her corpse is the first, and perhaps the only, chance of survival in that desert of darkness. This is what we call generational cannibalism. In these depths, life doesn't just come from the mother, it feeds on her. The offspring don't just inherit DNA, they inherit the flesh and energy the mother accumulated throughout her entire life. In the abyss, you aren't just born from your mother, you are born consuming your mother. Their first breath of life is her final sigh. If you found the octopus mother's sacrifice disturbing, wait until you see how the great predators begin their lives. In some species, such as the bull shark, cannibalism is not a lifestyle habit. It's a birth ritual. The female has 2 uteri and produces several embryos in each one. But in the darkness of the mother's womb, there is no room for brotherhood. As soon as the strongest embryo develops its first teeth, it doesn't wait for birth to begin the hunt. It turns and begins to systematically devour all of its brothers and sisters right there inside its own mother. This isn't an accident, it's a cruel evolutionary strategy. When the shark is finally born, it isn't an innocent, vulnerable newborn. It is already an experienced killer. It enters the world as the champion of a biological gladiator tournament, where the prize was the right to breathe. It doesn't need to learn how to hunt in the open sea. It has already practiced enough in the one place where it was supposed to be safe. In the world of sharks, survival doesn't begin with the first dive. It begins with the first banquet, and family is the menu. Cannibalism is not a perversion of nature. It is its most honest and brutal form of efficiency. In the place where the light doesn't reach, morality has no use. What matters is that life continues, no matter the cost, no matter who is sacrificed. If you've made it this far and felt that chill down your spine, that is biology reminding you that we are all made of energy. After today, the question that remains is cannibalism in the deep just the cold instinct of survival? Or does nature possess a dark side we haven't yet dared to comprehend? I want to hear your theory. Do you see these acts as the pinnacle of biological efficiency? Or is there something inherently disturbing in the way life recycles itself in the ocean? If you've made it this far and still have the stomach for it, consider this your baptism in the depths. Leave a like to signal that you survived this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications if you don't want to be just another distracted passenger on the surface while we explore what's really happening down below. After all, nature is wonderful, isn't it? It gives you life, and then uses you as the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert. Good luck trying to sleep without thinking about that. Until the next dive.